When pre started hotting up and it looked like we were going to make the film, there was the question of what format, because these days we've got a plethora of digital formats and we've still got film, and there's a number of choices ways you can go with what format you're going to shoot your movie on. So we were talking a lot about possibly using the red digital camera to shoot Beneath Hill 60. And I did a little test with candlelight myself, just in my own time, before the decision sort of got too close, and wasn't 100% convinced. And I think as we went on for a few weeks later, I sort of voiced my concern about perhaps just diving in and using the red. We were planned to do some tests with red versus film, and the other digital camera, which was the Sony F35. So we had those three options, and I think I put together a bit of a little comparison sheet about the pros and the cons of each system. And film, of course, came out the most expensive. Given the environments we were in, the dirt, the dust, the heat in some of those rooms, the dugouts, and the dim lighting that we had from warm candlelight, for me, the red wasn't going to cope. There were some changes to the budget, I think, to help accommodate that. And so in the end, we were able to go with 35mm film. And I think that for this movie was the best choice. I mean, for me, the textures, particularly what we used in this movie, are just brilliant. I just love filming textures because you've got an instant richness on film. We had our actors always 90% of the time covered in mud or dirt, or sweat, or water, or all of the above. And the walls of the tunnels, of course, are covered in grime and mud and dripping with water. Out in the trenches, there's this mud everywhere. So you've got no blank, flat surfaces anywhere in this movie, just about. Whereas, you might do a contemporary movie set in Sydney today, and of course you're dealing with all these blank walls and it's a nightmare. But on Beneath Hill 60, I've never had a problem. I can just point the camera anywhere and I've got all this beautiful texture. Just put up a couple of lights and it looks fantastic.